we're going to kick things off, I think, just initially with some introductory remarks. But what we have in store, of course, is the rollout of our campaign with respect to, traffic safety. And we want to touch on a little bit of how we got here and why we got here and the people who've played such an important role for that. Now, I want to begin, I think, by first starting, I'm going to move this up a little bit too. All right, we're getting set up. Okay, so if you think about our city's design, many cities' design, and also our lives and how we interact with a city on foot or on bike, or for some of us with ADA, different issues and so forth, and then you pair that with policy and public awareness, you get a long history of a dangerous environment for pedestrians. And I say that because we've studied this. We know that things like our traffic code haven't been, now they have, but until recently, had not been updated since 1974. We know that the curriculum for the state hadn't been updated in years. We know that our built environment, whether it's hawk lights or bike lanes, or it's curbs or it's lighting, all had almost no attention to that specific issue until really just recently. And in part, it's because of a national movement. Sometimes it's referred to as Vision Zero, but there's also bicycle safety and everything in between. And I really want to focus on the campaign that we're going to talk about today and on the videos that have been made to try and help us with this issue. But at the end of the day, pedestrian safety has been a long issue that has been getting worse. I would argue until a couple of years ago, thanks to the advocacy of so many and UNM professors, everyone who's been involved in trying to make our streets safer for everyone. In some ways, that is the driver. But it's also, in our town, unfortunately, usually the folks who are outside the car. And of course, we know the statistics that we are one of the most dangerous cities, in many ways, the most dangerous city in the country for pedestrian death. And then we also know the individuals that we have lost, whether they were our family members or they were our friends or they were our coworkers. And of course, we remember what happened with Kayla, both a coworker, for many out here, family and friend, and how it shone a light again on the same issues that we've been talking about. But the difference this time was that we were able to actually move the needle in a couple of ways. And we owe gratitude to lots of folks who made this happen. So I'm going to give some specific shout outs. We're going to hear from legislators later, so I'll name them, who actually ran the legislation and passed it. We have city councilors who did the same thing at the city. And most importantly, though, behind that was a mom. And Kayla, she has much more courage public speaking with me on this issue. I talked to her after Kayla died, and shortly, a few days after, and her courage right away to say that she just wanted to help. It was that simple. And mentioned some ideas that she had already been aware of and had already been working on. And I just said, whatever I can do. And I just know that, it's unfortunate by any stretch of what it takes to actually make a difference in this community on this issue. But I do know that what you see today, and some of it is meant to pull on your heartstrings on purpose, what you see today in the laws that have been changed and the ordinances that have been changed, and what we hope is a culture change, starting with our youth as they grow up and become drivers. That does give me hope, and I think it should give all of us hope. And I feel it really would have never happened if Melinda didn't step up to do that with us, with so many who've been doing this for years. So Melinda, we are so grateful. And I know you're here with us tonight, and I get to introduce you. And I think with no further introduction, Melinda, come on up.
Oh man, to lead with that, right? So, good evening, everyone. I first really just want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to everyone in this room who have taken steps since Kayla died to ask the hard questions, investigate the gaps that allow traffic violence to continue, and to step up to make changes that benefit everyone who use our streets. And when I say everyone, I truly mean everyone. It took a community coming together, speaking up, and asking for better. I know I did, but it took every single one of you. I am incredibly proud of our elected officials and city staff, from Councilwoman Peoplecorn and Mayor Keller, as well as the entire city council, for having the political will to make real changes that will directly impact lives. A special thank you to Dave Simons and Jennifer Turner for their work behind the scenes to make this campaign a reality, and to the MOVE team for developing the material that'll help educate our community. You guys were amazing and got to see the reality of our streets. Road safety and traffic violence are larger problems than many people realize. They intersect with transportation engineering, public health, healthcare, and economics. Every crash affects not just the people involved, but families, neighborhoods, emergency responders, and our entire community. As we move forward, it's important that this work continues and expands. Creating safer streets requires all of us: engineers designing safer roads, leaders passing stronger policies, educators raising awareness, and consistent enforcement that reinforces the expectation that we look out for one another. And every person who gets behind the wheel, remembering that they are sharing the road with other human beings. Campaigns like this, Stop for Everyone, remind us that safety is a shared responsibility. This campaign is about remembering that every person on our street is a human life. Slowing down, stopping at a crosswalk, and designing safer roads saves lives. Drivers have incredible power in those moments at an intersection or at a crosswalk. One decision to slow down, to look twice, to stop, can mean the difference between life and death. Kayla was someone who loved the outdoors, loved being active, and loved exploring the world around her. She should still be here doing those things. She should still be here today. But my hope is that through this campaign and through continued commitment to safer design, education, policy, and enforcement, we create a city where everyone, people walking, biking, rolling, and driving, can get home safely. Because ultimately, this work is about protecting lives. And I truly believe that if we keep asking the hard questions, keep improving our systems, and keep prioritizing safety, Albuquerque can become a city that leads the way in preventing traffic violence. We often talk about traffic deaths as numbers or reports, but Kayla wasn't just a statistic. She was a daughter, a friend, and someone who was deeply loved by her community. And she had her whole life ahead of her. When we talk about traffic safety, we have to remember that behind every number is a human life, and every one of those lives deserves to make it home. So thank you. And we're going to go ahead and we'll clip.
In Albuquerque, everyone is protected in a crosswalk, marked or unmarked, painted or not. Braking only takes a second. Ending a life lasts forever. If someone is crossing, drivers must stop. For pedestrians, for cyclists, for people who use wheelchairs, for everyone. Everyone in a crosswalk, marked or unmarked, deserves a complete stop.
Well, believe it or not, I know everyone actually here knows this, but there was ambiguity about that legally until it was fixed at City Council and it was fixed at the legislature. But leading that charge at City Council from day one, who also just said, how can I help, what can I do? City Councilor Tammy Fubelkorn.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to be here for this rollout. This is one of the highlights of my time on city council is seeing this all come together. And I know you've heard this before, but I'm just going to repeat this. This is all because of the advocacy of Melinda Montoya. She is the bravest person I have met, and I am honored to have gotten to work on this. But I also have a couple other folks that I want to thank, because we came together at the behest of Melinda, and we asked a bunch of people to come together in a room and say, what can we do to make things better? And in that room were Senator Cedillo Lopez, Senator Bergmans, Representative Parahon, Director of D&D, Jennifer Turner, Director of Parks and Rec, Dave Simon, folks from the mayor's team, all of us, and of course, Bike ABQ, all the advocates there, I see Ben and Patrick, all came to this room, and we all just came in and said, let's talk through this. What can we do to make it safer for everybody on the road? And I'm so impressed that out of that meeting came not only this really important revamp of our entire city code, which, by the way, was the easiest bill I've ever tried to pass through council. Just boom, unanimous, yes, we have to do this. But also, the senators and the representative took the ideas that were in that meeting for the state to do and rolled with it. They even got a bill passed in the short session this year to make it better, to make sure that we do training and education for young people when they're getting their license. That's incredible, and that's thanks to Senator Bergmans, Senator Cedillo Lopez, and Representative Parahon. So incredible work there. And so it's just been really nice to see how we can come together as a community. I'm not bragging, but all of those folks have overlap with District 7, just FYI. So we can come together as a community, and we can make things better, and we can improve our society and our streets. And so I'm just really, really gratified that that's happened, and that we have a lot more to do, and we all know that we have a lot more to do, but this is a really good first step. I think it's really important to just remember that when we passed that set of bills that said we're going to have our updated traffic code and we're going to do an education and outreach campaign, staff could have taken that and put together a campaign, and, I would have been pretty happy with it. But no, Jennifer Turner with the Department of Municipal Development didn't just want to put together a campaign. I think she did an amazing job leading this team. What you're seeing tonight is just incredible. When she showed it to me yesterday, I had tears in my eyes. This is above and beyond what I could have ever imagined. And it just makes me really proud of the city of Albuquerque and all of you to see this coming together. And so we are going to see clip number 2. So roll clip.
Okay, thank you so much, Counselor. And she mentioned a little bit of the work from folks at different levels, especially at the city. And I just want to mention, we have a lot of people at the city who think about traffic safety. I mean, it sounds maybe a little bit trite, but like literally their whole career is thinking about traffic safety, and they've studied it and so forth. And their voices don't go necessarily heard. There's also folks at UNM and a whole range of academics who study this issue. And I think part of what this was able to do, this whole effort, was lift up their voices, the answers they had been working on for years. And 2 of them, too, at the city are, of course, our Parks and Rec Director, Dave Simon, who Kayla was an intern with his department and also is an avid cyclist. And then Jennifer Turner, who's in charge of our street safety. And I think it was maybe 6 years ago now, we actually hired one person just to think about this. And she's here with us, Valerie Hermanson, our Vision Zero coordinator. So thank you, Valerie. And Jennifer has kind of been nominated on behalf of city folks to say a few words.
Well, thank you, Mayor. And I literally was going to bring some thank yous, but realized it is every single person in this room. So I'm not going to spare you from that. But just first, Melinda, you inspire us every single day to do better. I did not want to do a sloppy, bad campaign because that would not honor you and that would not honor Kayla. And so just huge thank you. And then also thank you to Mayor and Councilor Feeblecorn. They said, give us options. What can we do? And I gave them a list. Folks that know me, that's what I do. And they both, Councilor Feeblecorn and Mayor, gave me the mandate to do them all. And we are, with help from Senator Bergmans and Councilor Feeblecorn and by CABQ. And so I just a shout out to them. Just in terms of the campaign, I wanted to tell folks a little bit about what to expect and what's next. We have all these videos, which are going to be appearing everywhere. We also have a website, which is www.cabq.gov/stop. It's very easy to find. You can go to it now. I just tested it on my mobile phone, so it works. But on that, they have some of the videos and some materials about all the things that we're doing around the city to protect vulnerable road users. We also have some tips for using some of our crossings, including hawk signals and RFBs. And we also have a shout out to our Bike Esperanza Center, and I think we have folks from the center here, so huge thank you to them. So check out the website, check out the videos, and then we're going to be launching billboards all around the city, which, yes, I'm very excited about that. With the campaign, and we'll be seeing also things on bus shelters, which I'm really excited about, on a whole pile of other city assets, and even on the convention center screen. So we're kind of blanketing the city with the campaign, which I'm very excited about. So next steps, we're also working on a webinar to educate folks. So if you want to do a deep dive into some of the changes, that's going to be coming soon. And then we'll also be doing a one-page flyer that is going to be attached to everything, and that we'll be working with our community partners at APS, UNM, CNM, and others to distribute. So just look for the campaign everywhere. Please get stickers, and I call them bumper magnets, and they are on my Subaru in the parking lot. So I encourage everyone to do the same so that everyone in our city will learn to stop for everyone. So with that, I'm going to say roll clipped. Thank you.
That day changed my life forever. My daughter Kayla was 19, riding her bike across this intersection. She believed everyone deserves safety, dignity, and kindness, but our traffic laws didn't protect her. So I fought for a change. Now every multi-use trail crossing is a crosswalk. Drivers must stop. No passing, no second guessing. Stopping takes seconds. Losing someone lasts forever. Honor Kayla, stop for everyone.
Now, as part of what Director Jennifer Turner mentioned, this effort is now woven into the curriculum for driver's ed in New Mexico. This was a key part of the vision that the team and Melinda wanted to see happen. And as we stated, they got it done in 1 year, they got it done in a short session. And I think the amazing thing is, it's hard to believe, but driver's ed is actually one of the single places almost everyone goes to in their life. And in a weird way, because you want your driver's license so bad, there's interesting studies that actually show retention in driver's ed is actually really high. Because people usually just because they want that driver's license so bad, they want to pass the test. So I really actually believe this is a excellent place to put some of this material. So with that, I want to introduce the folks who made this all possible from the legislative end. And I have down here too that they've chosen to be acknowledged and not say a few words. They're also kind of sitting in the back, but there's two here. So Senator Bergmans, please give us a wave, stand up, thank you. Senate sponsor and Representative Christina Parajon. They did this in a short session with 2 months lead time. Legislative terms is heroic. I mean, it's awesome. So thank you so much for doing this and recognizing the urgency. We're grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, now to close us out, actually, we want to hear from some of the folks who worked at Esperanza. And I think Ellie is going to represent the team. And so please welcome Ellie and Team Esperanza, which is, of course, where Kayla worked.
Hey y'all, I'm Eli. That's okay. It's all good. So I am the education coordinator for Esperanza, which is the Bicycle Safety Education Center here in Albuquerque. If you're not familiar with us, we've got some information at the table outside. I'm sure everyone in the room is familiar with us for a variety of reasons. And when this traffic code was being updated and announced, they talked about an educational component to this traffic code. And I thought, oh, that's me, education on bike and pedestrian safety and vulnerable road users. So I most definitely just weaseled my way onto this so that I could talk to more and more people about bike and pedestrian safety and keep working to make Albuquerque a safer place for all of us. I could go on for hours and hours and hours about how to be safe on a bike or as a pedestrian. In fact, we do it all the time, all day, every day over at Esperanza. If you want to hear a nice, concise 3-hour-long class on bike safety, come every Monday. We can get you all hooked up with some information. But one of the things that I want to talk about with this campaign in particular is that it will be very far-reaching and it should have like a nice, impactful logo. And a big part of this is that the responsibility on the road is shared by everyone. So there's aspects of this that vulnerable road users will be able to learn and gain new knowledge on how to keep themselves safe, as well as things that drivers can do to keep all of the other road users around them safe. And I think that's really important. I'm really looking forward to some of the deeper dive stuff as like an educator. So the webinar that's coming out on the one-page flyer, where you'll get a lot more information on what to do other than just stop for everyone. What does that actually mean in terms of staying well back from the crosswalk, or if you're a pedestrian, making sure that you look up and aren't looking at your phone, all that kind of stuff, how you can keep yourself safe, how you can keep everyone safe around you. And I'm just really excited and like honored to be a part of this, and very, very grateful that the city took this initiative seriously and wanted to make a change and wanted to make the streets safer for myself, my friends, my coworkers, and my family, and everyone around us. I think it's really important, and it was a great step forward and a good first start. Thanks.
Thanks, Eli. And also, it's time to see another clip, so roll clip.
In Albuquerque, everyone is protected in a crosswalk. If someone is crossing, drivers must stop. For pedestrians, for cyclists, for people who use wheelchairs, for everyone. Everyone in a crosswalk deserves a complete stop.
That might have been the same one that we saw. Oh, different pictures. Got it. Thank you. Close eye. You're all paying attention while I'm going up and down the stairs. Okay, so we do have one more clip to share. I want to, before we do that, though, acknowledge also a champion on this issue, which stepped up right away as well, just popped in. So, Councilor Champagne, thanks so much for all your efforts on this. Give him a round of applause. Okay, so I think we have one more clip with that. Let's roll it.
My daughter Kayla was 19, riding her bike across this intersection. She believed everyone deserves safety, but our traffic laws didn't protect her. Stopping takes seconds. Losing someone lasts forever. Honor Kayla. Stop for everyone.
Okay, so that very much concludes our sort of preview today. I say preview because we are very much anticipating the whole city and the whole state seeing these for a long time. That's what they're for. And as Jennifer mentioned, we're going to use different forms of media and things to get it out. I know we've mentioned them, but just because now you've seen them. Team Mood, that's the name of their company. They're the ones who made these clips. They do a lot of amazing things, including these. Give them a round of applause. So with that, I'll just leave you with this. No, I'm sure everyone here, especially, we are committed to continue the work. Whether it's continuing the PR associated with trying to get some real mindset change and culture change, whether it's continuing to invest in hawk lights, whether it's taking away lanes so we have buffer lanes on Central, we are going to continue, and we are so grateful, Melinda, for your boldness, your courage, and your grace, and you continue to inspire us, and so the work has just begun. Thanks so much.